Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, February 26th. We are looking at window traders' market profile of the ES and the NQ. So, market attempted to rally late. ES got pretty close to getting the opening and towards yesterday's high. NQ didn't get anywhere near that. NQ right now, as you can see, is trading at their afternoon rally high. Overnight, they've traded above it. Again, it's been 4 days in a row when we've opened an A period. We haven't seen the opening after that. Obviously, the bulls are going to have to put that to an end if they plan on taking out yesterday's high, most likely, and to have a positive day today. Right now, we're trading above value, but it's still very early. There's still 75, 80 minutes to go prior to the opening. Remember, the bulls first objective is to take out yesterday's high to put the dailies back to balance. That's number one. All right? The bears want to defend that. So we'll see where the overnight highs are come 9:30. There's not much for the bulls to defend right now, right? They're down in the weekly, they're down in the daily. So if we were to roll over again, not so sure we're going to get much of a defense. Now, we did have a 9-wide point of control and an afternoon pullback in ES. So, again, if we get the overnight high and then trade it down here, I'd say that's a decent risk reward. The problem with that is your value would go from overlapping a high to unchanged probably. So it wouldn't be the best thing. I'm not saying you can't take it. Plus, at that point, you'd have both overnights. So it's a double-edged sword here for the bulls. I think they really need to defend value high because any acceptance, we talk about this a lot, any acceptance back into value, which is just about M's high, and what usually happens, you trade all of M period, which would obviously mean taking out the overnight low. NQ, you wouldn't even have to trade all of M period to get the overnight low. So large ranges yesterday. Large ranges. So if we get acceptance back inside value, we're going to have a lot of chop. Bulls don't want that. The bulls want to get going. The bulls want to get the overnight highs, and they want to get yesterday's high. Plain and simple. We'll see if that happens. Again, game plan early. If the overnight high is here, it's a decent risk reward short against it, and you could use yesterday's high as your out because at least the first time the bears would want to defend it in the S. I'm not so apt to take a long at value high if we're trading right above it. I'm not sure how much that's going to provide as far as getting some buyers into play there. As far as NQ, well, depending on where we open, the first short you could take would be against the afternoon rally high if we open below it and use a point total. You're not going to take the heat all the way up to the overnight high, so maybe you use a 5 or 10 point total as your out. If they get through that, you can short the overnight high, but then at that point, there's a very good chance value is going to be totally higher, and your out obviously has to be a small point total because then you run the risk of them taking all of that sell tail back to try to get yesterday's high. Okay? Again, as far as a long, I'm not seeing one right now. I don't want to get the overnight high and come back down to here. That's for sure. Like I said, that would be just, I think, too much of a give back by the bulls. If we ought to pull back, can you take, before we get the overnight high, you can take a long against the overnight low and then use below the 10-wide POC as you're out in NQ. ES, I'm not so sure I would do that trade. Again, these are such early plays. It's a live webinar all day because there's context to every day. So it's not black and white each scenario. It depends on the context of the day. And again, I do this for over 6+ hours every day on the mic. I think you should give it a try. And then, just quickly, so again, here's the chart. Nothing changes now until we take out a daily high. Again, the thing that has to start coming into people's minds, we haven't seen the 200-day moving average in a long, long time. The bears, for the first time in a while, are trying to exert some dominance here. Now, remember I was showing you this whole wide balance. Now I'm calling the daily down, and we did get below it, but we closed inside of it. So again, that tells you the bears need follow through. If the bears don't get follow through and we take out yesterday's high, what could possibly happen? We're going to rotate right back up to the all-time high. So the bears have done a good job the last 4 days. But again, if they really want to get serious to start taking the monthlies from balance to down, you need to start getting acceptance, at least in ES's case, below February 3rd's low. Good luck trading today. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. I am leaving early today. There will be a video tonight, but when I get back. Have a great day, all.